Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're going to be using my friend PJ's Root Rider army. So PJ finished rank 2 in the world in April of 2025, and the current army that he's running right now is this Root Rider army with the double rage spells and the giant arrow and the log launcher. So this approach is a little bit different than what you typically see in Legends, because I don't think a lot of people are using the log launcher the way he is, but this attack is just really crazy. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to run it in Legends, and hopefully teach you guys how to get easy 320s just like I did today. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you comment, subscribe, and like the video, and let's get right into the attacks. All right, the first base here is an invis base. How do we want to handle this one? What I'm thinking is, since this side is a lot heavier to deal with heroes, I'm going to try and RC walk this corner. Then I'll send my king and queen on the top side, and I'll send my roots into the middle here. So I'm going to start my RC on this bottom side right here. Going to have her clear a quick funnel here for our roots. Don't really need too many buildings out of the way here. As you can see, this army only uses 4 invis spells. So we're really prioritizing just the necessary buildings that need to get out of the way for the funnel right here. And right now, that is just this cannon, and I'm going to try and get this expo. If not, it's totally okay. But if we can get that, I think the funnel would be really set for us here. Looks like that's not going to happen, so let's not get too greedy for it. I don't really need to use that, and I can save the invis for later in the hit. So I'm going to use the giant arrow on the queen for the invis tower, and then send the king on the top side right now. Wall break for my queen over here, and I'll also use a skelly spell, distract the hook tower and the monolith a little bit. Gonna let my heroes work, and let's put in our roots now. I delayed my roots a tiny bit here because just wanted to make sure that the funnel on the top side was set here. It looks like the giant is gonna complete the funnel right now, which is great. Now my roots have absolutely no choice but to go to the core of the base. And we're just going to use the Eternal Tome as everything's entering into the middle of the base right now. So let's use that right now. RC's taking quite a bit of damage at the front, so I'm going to invis her to make sure that she stays alive. And we'll use another rage through the backside, overgrowth this so our roots keep going in the right direction. And this is looking quite good. I'm going to freeze this backside here, pop the RC in the core of the base as well. Queen looks like she's going to go down because of the furnace, which is okay as well. And we'll just add some super barbs in the back end to clean up. We still have our king ability, and Queen actually does stay alive, which is really great. We should easily be able to power through these last few defenses on the backside here with our king ability. So I'll just use that soon. Yeah, let's just use her right now, and I'll distract a little bit with these archers in the backside. Pretty crushed base for our first hit, which is great, and hopefully we can keep up this nice streak of triples that we have going right now. All right, and this is going to be the first hit right here. Nice. All right, and the next attack right here. Wow, this is pretty much the perfect base for us. As you can see, look at all these defenses that are being lined up for us right here. So we're going to try and form the funnel on one of the side compartments here, so our queen can easily reach in for the monolith. I'm going to just start my RC on the right side right here. Don't need anything crazy, just going to take out some of these buildings so the damage isn't too much on our queen here, and hopefully the skeleton spell can just tank both of those defenses for a long period of time. On 7, we place the next invis. Maybe we can even go in, reach this hook tower. I mean, sorry, not the hook tower, the poison tower. That would be really good value here. And it looks like we're going to be able to do that. This base is not very well designed, or whoever's designing this base did not expect an entry from behind the town hall, which I guess is fair enough because most approaches with roots are coming in from a different side. Let's see, can we get this? Wow, an insane value right there with the RC, even just with 4 invises. Gonna use this. Luckily, this hook tower is pretty low level, so with one shot from the log launcher, we should be able to take that out. Gonna put a baby drag here because as you can see, there's one building where I can use that to easily form the funnel, make my king, I guess force my king up into the right direction here. Monolith's getting taken out before anything takes damage, so that's pretty perfect. Now we'll enter into this side with our root riders. And let's see. Let's wall break right here. Oh, I thought it was going to wall break this compartment, but that's totally fine. We'll add some. And look at that. The multi-cannon even goes down before even hitting our troops at all, which is just crazy. The log launcher is so strong, guys. If you're using it effectively, like we are in this hit, then it's pretty much unstoppable. Hopefully I don't jinx myself on this hit right here. We can pop our Warden ability. We're delaying it a bit because we're looking pretty safe in this area. We'll pop the Warden ability alongside the Rage as we enter into this backside Town Hall. And then we'll overgrowth this. That way all of our troops are staying clumped together into the right direction towards the Town Hall, which is exactly what we're looking for. Send another, use another Rage spell here. And we can probably just pop our RC ability as she's in the Rage spell. That way we get the full effect of the spear. And then we'll add some super barbs on this bottom side just to finish up the backside of the space here. We'll freeze this scatter shot so our queen can get a little bit more value here. Spear has taken out the scatter shot here, and this base is just crushed, guys. The log launcher got incredible value on this base. And that's why I think this is probably one of the strongest armies in the game right now. I say that a lot, but I feel like there are quite a few strategies that are very strong and could be top contenders for the strongest strat in the game. All right, the next base here. This is quite a tricky base. This is Wolfie's base from last season, but luckily it's not the version where there are walls here instead of the, I guess, what is this building called? The workshop here. So we're going to try and just form a quick funnel on this side with our RC. Going to take out a few buildings here and not get too greedy about it. We're going to use the log launcher on the monolith and the Inferno Tower here. Take out all of that stuff when without my queen even taking any damage. And let's actually add the... ooh, we're getting baited here. But hopefully we should be okay. Even with the bait, our RC's still firing through that, which is really great. And once this expo goes down, I'm actually just going to pick our RC up here. Don't need any more value. As you can see, not really anything that can direct our roots in any other direction. So now we're adding the Ice Golem as well, because the Skelly spell might redirect because of the Inferno. And on this hit, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're starting our roots first, because this side compartment doesn't really have too much for our king to funnel. So if we add our king too early, then he just takes a bunch of damage and he'll die. So now that the funnel is kind of more set, we can add our king now. Unfortunately, there's a Tesla there, which is wrecking our troops a little bit. But it's okay. We'll add the Headhunters here, and we'll pop the Warden ability through this backside. And once the Hook Tower activates, let's do this right here. Overgrowth the Hook Tower and the Poison Tower on the backside, so we get maximum value with that overgrowth. Take off most of the dangerous elements on the base. Can wall break over here for our king. Never mind, that doesn't even work. But as you can see, Giant, the Yetis all into the core of the base right there. That's really good. Having that big damage, taking out the Town Hall easily. And our roots don't really have to deal with that. They can just wrap around the base. And let's add some super barbs on this bottom side, support this a little bit more. The Giant is doing great work in the core right now. And we still have, wow, we still have so many troops up here. And we still have our 2 spells, King ability. This base is just so crushed. This approach is really good. So if you guys hit this base, definitely should be using this approach. Look at that. All 4 heroes up and healthy. We got 4 Root Riders still up, Giant still up, and we swag an Invis spell right there. Alright, and the next base right here. Interesting base with the Rage and Poison. Honestly, what we'll do here is we'll use the log launcher so we can push our heroes into the base here and set the counter funnel for our roots. Gonna start my RC. I think I'll actually start my RC on this top side because I think the monolith side is probably going to be a little bit more baited. So let's start our RC on the top and have her clear some of the buildings on this side to set the funnel for our Root Riders. And like I said, don't need too much of a crazy funnel. Oh, actually, she's getting pulled by some Teslas right now. But we can actually let her get pulled by those. It's okay to have that taken out. And we can honestly just pick up our RC right after this. We don't really need any more value there. We're just setting a quick funnel for our roots. Now we'll send the queen with the arrow, king on the other side, and let's wall break right here for our king so he can get into the base. I should have used this skelly spell earlier so this giant doesn't completely die, but it's okay, we'll use this now, and we'll send out our root riders onto the top side, just like this, with some headhunters to support our roots and take out some of these enemy heroes. Those can be kind of a nuisance in the beginning of the hit, and we really don't want our heroes taking too much damage in the beginning because we want them to be alive for the backside of the base. We'll be patient with our spells right now. I'm going to freeze up this, and I'm really staying patient with my Eternal Tome as much as possible. We can use it now going into the backside of the base. Um, I'm going to use the Overgrowth on this Poison Tower and the Archer Tower on the backside. Let's use it just like this. So the Poison Tower, we will deal with that later in the hit. We don't have to worry about it right now. Rage up again, and we're just going to pop our RC ability right now so she can go and snipe out some of these buildings on the backside. Put some archers here to clean up, and we'll put the super barbs on the backside. Kind of share a little bit of the damage over there, and also clean up a little bit more for our troops. And looks like RC is getting some great value with her spear. Poison Tower is getting popped now, but as you can see, there's nothing left on the base. So the Poison Tower is pretty much not useful at all. And we still have 2 invises. Honestly, we don't really need them in this hit, so we'll just swag those. I think a lot of people have adjusted their armies to include more invises because these RC walks are being baited. But with this approach, we're actually doing something a little bit different where we try to do as short of an RC walk as possible. And we use the log launcher and king and queen to complete the other side of the funnel. All right, and the next base right here, this is a ring base with a hook tower on the backside. So how are we thinking about approaching this? I definitely want to use the log launcher. Through the core, we can snipe the monolith with the log launcher. So I'm thinking, just want to break the funnel on one of these side compartments. Since the Gigabomb's on this right side, I'm guessing the NATO is on the other side. We're going to go into the Gigabomb. So I don't really care too much if our Fox dies here. We don't want the NATO though, because with our only having 4 invis, we really cannot be getting baited. Because that means that we'll just get absolutely 0 value with our RC. Want to hopefully take out one of the Fire Spitters and one of the Poison Towers. That would be really, really great value if we can do that. And let's actually invis this and push our RC back into the core so she can grab this Poison Tower. I think with the next Fox cycle, she should be able to take that out. She doesn't, but we'll just pick her up right there. Gonna Skelly Spell here, and we'll shoot the arrow through the core of the base here, hitting that monolith just so we can take that out with the log launcher and without our queen taking any damage. Now let's add the king here with the double witches, and I'll put an ice golem since there is a multi-cannon over there, which can be a little bit too dangerous for our roots to deal with alone. Or sorry, for our king to deal with alone. Adding the 2 headhunters up top as well. And we'll be patient with our warden ability here. We'll use it when everything enters the core, and we really want the Yetis from the CC to deal with this side compartment or also the town hall. Use the warden ability now. And we can actually, if this hook tower is pulling anything crazy, then we can overgrowth it. Looks okay for now, so we're not going to do anything yet. Let's do this, and then actually I'm going to overgrowth this poison tower so we can deal with that later on in the attack. Let's add some super barbs in the backside here, just to deal with those backside buildings. And maybe this poison tower can get triggered a little bit early. That would be great. Perfect. That does happen. And we'll wall break right here for our king. Maybe we'll add, we still have a free spell that we can use on the backside. Not sure where we'll use that. Let's add the super barb up top to clean up a little bit more. Luckily the poison tower gets triggered over here by what is that, 1 witch, and I freeze up the backside, and we're looking really good. Still have all of our heroes up right now, albeit some of them are a little bit lower. Bunch of roots up. Is that all of our roots actually? Yeah, that's a lot of roots up right there. This attack is really, really strong. And as you can see, even though our funnel wasn't formed here by the RC, we have a lot of recovery potential with our log launcher because we can just easily take out one corner of the base with our queen and log launcher. All right, and this is the next base right here. This is a Dizzy player here. I've never seen this player before, actually, but I know that this bottom side right here is baited with all of the air mines. I saw this base last season from Vivek. So I'm going to do a different approach here. Going to start my RC on the top side right here. Use the same log launcher approach on the monolith on the top side. And we can overgrowth the hook tower and the fire spitters on the back side. Luckily, they're pretty clumped together, so we should be able to deal with those fairly easily. It's going to have our RC path in a little bit, try and take out some of these buildings. All right, she goes up to this side, which I kind of expected, but it's totally fine. Like I mentioned, we don't need a crazy funnel here. We're just looking out for her to take a few buildings out here, and then we can actually, this is kind of perfect. She's going to go for the poison tower right now. Maybe grab this multi-inferno as well, which would be really, really nice. I don't know, she might be a little bit weaker under the poison, so not sure if that's going to happen. We were able to get it though, so that's pretty clutch. Send the arrow right here. Always want to place the log launcher as far back as possible, because you have a lot of time for that to work, and the logs have a ton of range, so they can definitely take out the buildings before your queen reaches that area. You also want to keep an eye on your queen, make sure that she's not taking too much damage. If she does, I'll use a freeze spell to make sure she doesn't die here. And then we're going to use the rest of our roots over here. And let's see, let's add a headhunter as well to take out some of those buildings. Adding in our RC. And unfortunately, our king looks like he's going up into the compartment with our roots, which isn't really ideal. We kind of wanted him to stay on the outside of the base, but it's okay. What we'll do is we'll do this, warden through this area. I overgrowth the hook early because I don't want that hook tower pulling any more of my root riders. It already took enough as of before I overgrowth that area. Let's add another headhunter here to help out with these enemy heroes, and I can pop my RC ability soon. Unfortunately, this attack is looking like my troops are splitting up quite a bit on this backside, so hopefully this doesn't cause any issues. Gonna freeze that over there. Kind of a mistake. I was trying to freeze the hook tower as well, but it looks like it's not gonna matter in this one. We're just gonna brute force this right here. Gonna pop our king ability, take out a bunch of buildings on the backside, and we definitely have enough troops here to be able to clean up the rest of the hit here. The thing about this attack is I think it is very, very strong right now. And there's a reason why Clay and PJ, two of my clanmates, are using this attack and finding a lot of success with it. And that's because it really, really is hard to be baited with the log launcher as an extra safety layer. All right, next attack right here. Wow, how is this base still meta right now? I actually cannot believe it. That's kind of ridiculous. But let's see how we can approach this one in the best way. I definitely want to deal with the hook tower relatively early, but we can still use the log launcher once again to take out this monolith. So I'm not going to try and funnel that out. Usually I try and take the monolith with my RC, but in this case we can just use her, funnel out one of the side compartments here. That way my queen has a general direction that she's going to go into. Use the log launcher on the monolith and the town hall, so my queen can step in, or the giant or the yetis can go in and take the town hall out early. Maybe we can grab a single inferno here. That would be kind of good value, because sometimes these single infernos are really, really dangerous on the backside. Looks like we're actually going to get this fire spitter, which could be even better value here, because the fire spitter is definitely pretty dangerous as well. All right, we'll pick up our RC now. Use the arrow just like this. Pop the log launcher as well to take out the monolith early. And unfortunately, there's a single inferno here as well, which could be kind of dangerous for us. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to wall break. And we'll send the witches first. That way the witches... Oh no, the expo locks on. That's unfortunate. Now we'll send in our roots here. Staying patient. Just waiting like a second or two before we use our healers, because there's no damage right there, and I really don't want them to get bombed if there is a bait. I doubt that side is baited. Typically, I've pretty much never seen that on this base, but it's never, it's always good to be safe than sorry, so we're going to try and be safe as much as possible here. King goes to ability. There's actually a bunch of damage here, and ooh, my RC gets hooked right now, which is very, very unfortunate. We completely waste her ability, but luckily still have a rage here that we can use on the backside. I'm not sure how we'll use this. We still have an overgrowth as well, so I'm going to make sure that the overgrowth is used to mitigate the damage on this backside Rage Tower here as much as possible. Let's just pop it right now as soon as the Rage Tower goes off. This is looking kind of rough on the backside. Maybe my approach was a little bit wrong, and also I just completely wasted my RC. Probably should have used her a little bit earlier because it doesn't hurt to just, even if it's a little bit earlier, it's better to use it than to not. So that's a bit unfortunate. Bunch of skellies in the front, luckily tanking for our queen here. And the roots are still all alive here. Gonna rage this. Maybe the healers can step up, kind of support my queen a little bit more here. And we're actually looking pretty good now. It looked a little bit rough at that point, but we still have the giant, still have the roots, still have quite a few troops up here. The only issue right now, I think, is time. And let's hope that we're able to push through the rest of the base with the 20 seconds remaining. I really need this queen to just go and do a bunch of damage here. That's kind of the last saving grace of this attack. And looks like we're going to be able to do that. This one looked a little bit rough, but I'm still getting used to this army, so some of the approaches I'm not super familiar with. Alright, and the last base right here. This hook tower is definitely going to be a bit of an issue. But I think we just kind of have to ignore that a little bit. I'm just going to form a funnel on this side with our RC. We can just overgrowth this, honestly. And then we'll just use the troop thrower on this one, because I think this is a more standard type of base here. It's going to send our RC in for this compartment. Don't need any crazy value here. Let's just get some of these buildings out of the way. Looks like we're getting baited here a little bit, but no bombs for our Fox. Oh, I spoke a little bit too soon right there. But it's alright. We're taking out this building right here. Once this export goes down, the funnel is set for us. I'm actually going to take the bomb tower just so we get a little bit of extra funneling, and that should be good for us. Let's add one super barb over here. And we want our queen to go inside. So let's put the queen here with the arrow, just like that. Send the king on the outside with the ice golem, because there's a bunch of damage right here. And maybe we can break our king into this compartment here. Now we can add our roots here. I'm putting the loons down early, so just in case we don't get trapped. And we're looking pretty good for this backside here. Let's add the troop thrower as well. King's looking good. Pulls the poison tower, so our roots don't have to deal with that. That's kind of perfect. We can Eternal Tome and Rage through this compartment right now. King's taking out a bunch of buildings over there. Actually, I was gonna overgrowth the hook tower, but I might as well just overgrowth this. That way our troops can, our troops can path up to the top, deal with the hook tower first, and by the time we're done dealing with that side of the base, the fire spitter won't be hitting our troops anymore. So I think this is definitely a better approach here. We're kind of just brute forcing it a little bit. But as you can see, it's going to work out perfectly for us. We still have literally all of our roots up still. I mean, this is just crazy, man. This hit is so good. I don't know. At first, I didn't really understand how to use this strategy because it's a little bit hard being able to choose between the log launcher and the troop thrower sometimes. But once you get it down, it's just really, really strong. You have a lot of flexibility for what you can do. And I mean, as you can see, going to be an easy 320 day for us today. We already took a defense, but we're 333 in the world. And yeah, so I'm going to make sure to link this army in the video description if you guys want to go and try it out. It is really, really good. Highly, highly recommend it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode.